there is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case? There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime. Correct.
You have drug charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim. Correct.
All right, everyone. I'm about to show you one of the most unbelievable sovereign citizen moments we've seen on this channel. This guy clearly has no understanding of what's happening in the courtroom. In fact, he didn't even realize that he was the defendant in his own case. Seriously, how do you walk into court and not know you're the one on trial? I want you to rate this situation in the comments on a scale from 1 to 10. I'll share my rating at the end, and let's just say it's definitely above 10. Now, I'm not here to attack anyone personally. I don't know this person's full situation, and if there are deeper issues involved, I want to be fair and respectful. But what unfolds in this hearing is truly hard to believe. Let's jump into the footage and break it down.
Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
David Walker.
Your Honor, it looks like he has 2 files.
I see that. All right, we'll next take up 2 cases, both entitled State of Kansas versus take up 22 CR 508. This is my case. Mr. Walker, you failed to appear in front of me on July 17th for your preliminary hearing control docket. Where were you that day?
It's safe for sure, sir.
Okay, well, I issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture and set a new bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or surety. Are you still representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
You want to continue representing yourself?
Look at me. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the paper. Yes, sir. Don't have any money to.
Pardon?
Yes, I guess I'll represent myself.
Okay, you understand that if you can't afford to hire an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
I don't know what he would do for me.
Okay, well, he could provide you legal advice and perhaps advance any defenses you may have had, but if you want to represent yourself, you have that right. I just want to make sure you understand that if you can't afford an attorney and would like to have one represented you, I would appoint one for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to continue representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
The docket notes don't reflect if a waiver of counsel was ever signed. Do you have any notes that would reflect that he's waived counsel on the record or otherwise, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, I just note that on December 30th of 2022, defendant stated that he would hire his own counsel, and then he had a failure to appear, and on May 5th, we did not appoint any counsel. I don't show an actual waiver, and the notes don't reflect that he did a waiver on the record. It just says that he would hire his own attorney.
Okay. Well, Mr. Walker, you've indicated here on the record that you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. So I'm going to have you, if the jail has one, sign a waiver of counsel. Do you have a form?
I believe so.
All right. Can you read through that? Make sure you understand it. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me.
There is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in?
Now, do you see why I was so confused watching this? I'm not here to make fun of anyone or attack somebody personally, especially if there are deeper issues involved. But at this point, it's really hard to understand what's happening. He was offered free legal counsel and chose to decline it. He's about to sign paperwork confirming that he understands the risks of representing himself. And then his first question to the judge is, "Am I the defendant?" How does that even happen? I honestly can't tell if this is part of a typical sovereign citizen strategy, or if he genuinely doesn't understand what's going on. Because even if you know nothing about the law, you would think you'd at least know whether you're the person on trial, especially while already in custody. If this is some kind of courtroom tactic, it's not a very convincing one. But I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think is going on here? Let's jump back into the footage and see how this plays out.
There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct? The crime that I'm accused of, there is no victim in the crime.
The state of Kansas, you have drug charges, possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct? No victim in the crime. No victim.
I'm not sure I understand your question and what that has to do with your waiver of counsel.
Well, I'm the defendant. There must be someone making a claim that
The state of Kansas is making the charges against you, Mr. Walker.
the state of Kansas is the victim.
The state of Kansas charged you with these crimes. Do you wish to represent yourself, or do you wish to have an attorney representing you?
I will represent myself.
You've got a waiver of counsel in front of you, correct?
Yes, I suppose so. Why do I need to sign? Why do I need to sign it? Why do I need to sign this?
Because I like to have it documented in the file that you understand that you have a right to have an attorney representing you, and that if you can't afford to hire one, one would be appointed for you. And you understand that, and knowing those rights, you wish to represent yourself. That just documents that for the court file.
What I don't understand is why there is charges against me when there is no victim.
All right, Mr. Walker, I'm not going to play this game this afternoon. I'm going to set this case
Why are we playing a game?
in front of me on.
I'm asking questions.
At this point, the judge really needs to let him get all of his questions on the record, because the ones coming up are unbelievable. He's asking things like, "Am I incarcerated right now?" And even, "Are you the judge?" It honestly feels surreal watching this. Part of me wonders if he's intentionally acting confused. Some sovereign citizen defendants try unusual courtroom tactics, and this could be an attempt to create grounds for an appeal later on. For example, there's a legal argument known as ineffective assistance of counsel, where a defendant claims they didn't fully understand their rights or the charges against them in order to challenge a conviction. I wouldn't be shocked if he's trying to build some kind of record to argue that he was confused or unaware. But it's hard to tell. Is this deliberate strategy, or is he genuinely this lost in the process? What do you think so far? Is he playing it up on purpose, or does he truly not understand what's happening? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, let's get back into it and see how this unfolds.
October.
Trying to understand.
Mr. Walker, your case is being set on October 10th at 2:30 in front of myself, and that will be done by Zoom. That's the felony preliminary hearing control docket, October 10th at 2:30.
Your Honor.
You got a $10,000 cash or surety bond on that case.
Yeah. I was wondering if I would be able to have access to certain legal things to be able to put my case up.
I believe they've got a law library there at the jail. I'm not sure what kind of access they provide to you, but you can consult with somebody there at the jail.
Okay.
All right, I'm now going to take up 22 CR 398. This is Judge Webster's case. Looks like you failed to appear in front of her on July 31st. She set a new bond for $6,000 cash or surety. You've already had a first appearance, so I'm going to set this in front of Judge Webster on October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That will be by Zoom, October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Your Honor, was the time for court on October 10th for 22 CR 508, was that 2:30?
That's correct.
Just clarifying. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in
It's
recess.
clear this
Mr. Walker,
situation
you are
isn't going to end
excused.
well
Thank
for
you.
him. What's unfortunate is that he was actually offered free counsel, and he turned it down. I understand that sovereign citizen beliefs are rooted in distrust of the legal system, but I genuinely don't understand why some defendants don't at least accept standby counsel. Whether they agree with the court or not, the legal system is still going to move forward. Refusing to participate or relying on scripted arguments usually doesn't change the outcome. If someone truly believes the court has no jurisdiction, you would think they'd either remain silent or take a more strategic approach. Instead, we often see the same recycled arguments that never seem to work. In this case, he rejected help that could have guided him through even the most basic parts of his own case, and now he seems completely lost in the process. I do feel some sympathy watching this unfold. If there are deeper issues at play, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, choosing to reject assistance and rely on misunderstandings of the law can lead to serious consequences. The courts don't simply stop because someone disagrees with them. It's honestly a mix of frustrating, surprising, and a little sad to watch. Things might have looked very different if he had accepted legal guidance instead of trying to navigate it alone. I'm curious what you all think about this hearing. Do you believe he was intentionally playing confused, or do you think he genuinely didn't understand what was happening? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.